If you are using AI content generators like Jasper, Closer's Copy, Copy.ai, or ChatGPT to generate content for your website, especially for SEO purposes, then this video is definitely for you. Because in this video, we will explore whether you should use AI content generators to generate content or not. So, with that said, the main question for us today is AI generated content against Google's policies. As more and more content creators turn to automation and AI for content creation, it is important to understand Google's stance on this issue. In this video, we will explore Google's guidance on AI generated content and what creators need to know to ensure they are following the right approach for success on Google search. So this is what exactly I will explore in today's tutorial. And by the end of this tutorial, you will be super clear on this question, that whether you should use the AI generated content or not. So before we get started, make sure you subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon so that you get notified instantly for every new tutorial of this channel. Anyway, so now let's get started with Alright guys, so first of all, I wanted to show you some content that I used ChatGPT to generate. That said, this is the article which I generated using the ChatGPT, right? So now, as you can see, this is an awesome article. I know, and I admit that I've done great keyword research. I gathered relevant information. I edit relevant images, right? So this is the content I generated using the chat GPT. So why did I do so? Just because I wanted to check if an AI generated article can rank in Google or not. So with that keeping in mind, let me take you to my Google Search Console to show you the performance of this article. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is that the states you see over here is average, right? So these are not the exact figures. So these could be higher than this or lower than this, but this is the average things that Google shows you. So as you can see, I published this article in January, right? And up till now, it has got 760 organic impressions, 7 clicks, which is far below than what it really gets. I mean, in terms of the organic traffic. So this is the 77 all-time page views organically, right? So as you can see, from organic search, there are 14 views. From direct, there are 11. Organic search, organic social, there are 3. So these are the organic keywords that currently against which my article rank in the Google search. And then on the right side of the screen, you can see the average position as well. For some keywords, it is 74. For some, it is 57. And even for some keywords, it is 27 and 36, respectively. Now, I really didn't build any backlink to this article because I just first wanted to analyze the performance of an AI generated content before I can give it some boost. So which I will do in a few days. Of course, I will build the backlinks, right? Now this was my test based on which I actually wrote a case study as well. So if you want that case study, which I want to show you right now, you can find out the link to this case study in the description just below this video, right? This is basically, there is a technique involved using the chat GPT to generate such an impressive article, right? Anyway, so I will put this link down in the description. So as you can see, there is a technique called the GPT content crafter technique produced by our SEO agency. So this is basically a technique which includes 5 steps that you need to follow in order to generate such an article that ranks in Google. Okay, so now with that said, let's see what Google says about AI generated content. So as you can see, we are on the Google Search Center block, right? Now the first thing you can see is Google Search guidance about AI generated content, then rewarding high quality content however it is produced, which means that Google does not care how the content is produced. Instead, it mainly focuses if your article meets the EEAT and it is helpful and it is created specifically for people, not for search engines. Along with this, it also shows you how automation can create helpful content. These are basically some tips which Google provide in this article. I will also put this link in the description as well. Then there are some FAQs, right? The first question, we may have in mind is AI content against Google search guidelines. Now, here is the Google stance, right? Appropriate use of AI or automation is not against our guidelines. This means that it is not used to generate content primarily to manipulate search engine rankings, which is against our spam policies. Now, the next question is why doesn't Google search ban AI content? The Google answer is automation has long been used in publishing to create useful content. AI can assist with and generate useful content in exciting new ways, right? The next one is how will Google search prevent poor quality AI content from taking over search results? And the Google stance is poor quality content is not a new challenge for Google search to deal with. We have been tackling poor quality content created both by humans and automation for years, which means they have got pretty much of experience dealing with such low quality content. So there are some more questions, but up till now, you at least know that AI content is not against Google policies. So this is basically a big article. I actually, listed some key points out of this article which I want to show you. So let's go to the next screen. All right. So I have actually, like I said, listed some important key points out of that article because that was a lengthy article. So I know you need, the important details of that article. So there are basically a few things you keep in mind. The first one is Google aims to reward. Well, let me just again fix this. So I actually restarted the presentation and show you the key points out of that article. So there are 7 points you should keep in mind in total. The first one is Google aims to reward high quality content, original content that demonstrates expertise, experience, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. In other words, it is the EEAT, right? The second point is the focus is on the quality of the content, not how it is produced, and this approach has helped Google deliver reliable results to users for years. The third point is the use of automation, including AI, to generate content with the primary purpose of manipulating search ranking is a violation of Google's spam policies. The fourth point is, however, not all use of the automation, including AI generation, is spam, and it can be used to create helpful content such as sports scores, weather forecasts, and transcripts. The point here is that if you use the AI content generators to generate helpful content, then it is never against Google's policies, right? And the next one is creators should be looking to produce original, high quality, people first content demonstrating the qualities of EEAT regardless of whether they are using AI generated content or not. And the next one is creators can also learn more about the EAT and get guidance on thinking in terms of who, how, and why in relation to the content production on Google's creating helpful, reliable, people first content help page. So this is basically a reference of the resource from where the creators can now further about the AI generation tools. So the last one is Google will continually to maintain a high bar for information quality and the overall helpfulness of content on search. So these were all the important points that were discussed in that article I showed you in the previous screen. Now, the verdict, right? The final question is whether should you use the AI content generators or not. So based on my personal experience and based on the Google's article on the AI content generators, Google's guidance on AI generated content, webmasters can use AI to generate content as long as it is done with the primary purpose of creating helpful content and not to manipulate search rankings. However, it is important to keep in mind that Google's focus is on rewarding high quality original content that demonstrates expertise, experience, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Webmasters should also be aware that using automation, including AI, to generate content that violates Google's spam policies is not allowed. Ultimately, the decision to use AI for content creation depends on the specific needs and goals of the webmaster. While AI can be a powerful tool for creating helpful content, it is important to use it responsibly and in a way that aligns with Google's guidelines for high quality people first content, right? So the final point here is that yes, the AI content creators are not against Google's policies as far as they are being used to generate helpful content. But if they are being used for a sole purpose of manipulating the search rankings, then this is of course against the Google policies. So I hope you have got pretty much idea or insights into this discussion. So that is the end of today's tutorial. And now you can easily and you can use the AI content generators with open heart because you already know what is against Google policies. So please give it a thumbs up if you like this tutorial, and please once again make sure to subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon so that you get notified instantly for every new tutorial on this channel. And be sure to share this tutorial with peers and friends or whoever you think may need this kind of tutorial. So thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. I'll see you in the next one.